Oh wait, let's not forget the Frost are also playing tonight. So
welcome to the show. Oh yeah. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Okay. Everybody, it's time for the show. 2 count, we about that go. Best in the Midwest, and we up next. Go and ring the bell, ref, cause here we go. Comedy meets wrestling. Yeah, we doing our own thing. Squared circle and a microphone. 2 count on everything. Can you smell what we're cooking now? Other shows, they ain't got that style profile. And while we strut on raise with 2 fingers up, JR, Big Ace, Tommy 2, they something else. This show be dynamite, next level, top shelf. I'm like, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yes, it's Tuesday. It's a short show tonight, folks. You know why? Because we love the Minnesota Wild. I don't know if anybody is watching. I don't give a shit. But we're going to talk about some wrestling, and then we're going to go watch some hockey, for God's sake.
well, because we got a lot of hockey to watch tonight because the Minnesota Frost are also playing. Let's not forget the ladies over there. They're the 2-time defending Walter Cup champions. They're up 1-0 in that series against Montreal because Montreal's dumb enough to pick them for a fucking first round playoff matchup. You dumb ladies. Oh,
15 goals in game 1.
I know, right?
It's a must win tonight. It's a must win. You got to come home with a win.
Absolutely. We don't win this series unless we come home from Colorado with at least 1 victory. Got to tie the series tonight.
Big goal change tonight.
Yeah.
Big goal change tonight.
See, and I don't know if I agree with that.
Well,
I mean, here's the deal. You see some of the goals from that last game, and I mean, they clearly went through body. Looked kind of like maybe, I don't know, there was a weaker side. But also, just the team didn't play that tight that last. They're tired. They just went through a fucking war. They were whiffing on pucks they should not ever whiff on. They were not aware of where they were a good chunk of times that Colorado scored.
Mm-hmm.
Biz said it in the intermission. He's like, this is self-inflicted wounds. A big part for Minnesota. So, like, they got to bounce back from that. Here's the other thing, though. Gustafsson is a fucking stud. There's a reason they re-signed him at the beginning of the year for, like, 5 years. So, I mean, now you're going to see, was that 5-year contract worth it? Is he going to show up tonight?
It fucking better be.
And you know what, dude, guys? There may be just something in the fucking water in Minnesota, too, though, because look at fucking Ant coming back from injury early last night and fucking pulling out that game winner. And now all the fucking NBA analysts today are taking back what they said. And it's, we were wrong. San Antonio's not winning this. It's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves that advance.
Which does scare me when they say that kind of shit, too, when they pull back. I was like, you motherfuckers.
Well,
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. When I was talking with somebody that gambles.
Oh, yeah. So me too today.
And he was telling me that initially the line was ridiculous. It was like 875 for San Antonio, and now it's down, like last night it was down to 2, and it's going to be way different now. That was for the whole series. So
yeah, I have a buddy that put in on that game 1. I think he threw like 2 down, 250 or something, and he won 6 or 650.
Yeah.
And he actually he's put in a little bit on because he's like, dude, they're just dogging Minnesota. He's like, they're just dogging them in the odds. He's like, so long term, like NBA championship, he's like, they're so not favored. He's like, dude, I put like $100 in because by chance they fucking make it and win it. He's like, dude, I'm gonna fucking make some good money off that bet. So yeah, I don't know.
Like at halftime, it was tied between the Spurs and the Wolves, and
this is
they're giving the Spurs the edge at 6.5 points to win the game. I was like, fuck, dude, it's tied at halftime. You fucking moron.
The biggest thing, even though and there are so many guys that are hurt on the Timberwolves right now.
True,
but the thing is, they are probably close to the deepest team in the league, and nobody fucking gives them any credit.
I have a friend that literally posted that after the win last night. Literally said, "I've been telling people all year how deep this bench goes, and no one's listened. Now you saw it." Yeah, man. It's and that's just it. That's just it. You got a really good San Antonio team that's playing a fucking beat up Timberwolves team.
Yeah,
and they're still they're winning. And they made San Antonio work all fucking night just to barely lose. You know what I mean? So,
and they do have that veteran advantage over San Antonio. There's a lot of young players in San Antonio, so who knows? This could be like San Antonio's
could you guys
opportunity to like.
Could you guys
show
imagine? Could you guys imagine the Timberwolves win the NBA Finals? Somehow the Wild win the Stanley Cup, and then the Freeze wins the championship.
The Frost first
or
of all,
Frost, sorry. Dude, could you imagine just the fucking party though in the Twin Cities that week?
I would be super happy, but I still wouldn't be happy because the fucking Vikings.
You guys just have to deal with that's probably never happening.
Yeah, because the NFL absolutely fucking hates Minneapolis.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I will say this though, like, and I've said this for a while because it's been a long time since any of the men's teams have won. And I do try to give as much love and respect for the Lynx and the Frost and any other women's team that exists for the state. But reality, I grew up watching men's pro sports as we all did because that was all that was available.
Yeah.
And I will say this: since '91, it has been a heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. If the Vikings ever win, or if the Twins ever win again, a World Series or a Super Bowl, obviously for those. I will probably cry myself to fucking sleep that night just because I couldn't share with my dad all that other stuff. I couldn't share with my grandfather, all my uncles. You know, like I would be like miserable in the celebration. But my dad was never a hockey fan or a basketball fan. He watched me play basketball, but he was not a Wolves fan. So if those two teams win it, it's for me, and I am going to go off. I'm using whatever little leftover PTO I might have for this year right in that little block of time and be like, I am drinking myself silly. I'm celebrating with everybody I fucking see. I'm kissing random chicks on the mouth and saying, I don't give a shit.
Dude, no lie. And Tom and I think we both said this on the show before the playoffs started. And I was like, if the Wild somehow pulled off the Stanley Cup, that would be one of the only times in Minnesota sports history that I personally would be like, okay, I'll go to that parade.
Yeah,
for real.
And like Tom, and like you said, Tom, you guys know I'm not a big drinker, and when I do drink, I'm not a big guy on getting drunk. I have a few, and I cut it off. That I'm gonna fucking get wasted.
Dude, that's when St. Paul becomes just a giant social district for that parade.
Yep.
Everybody's getting shitty at Tom Reed's and just dispersing away from Grand Casino. And that's like Grand Casino's all started to be like, hey, you know, like the name change really worked. Shut the fuck up.
That ain't got nothing to do with you fuckers. I still call that motherfucker the X, and I will call that motherfucker the X till I die.
I mean, the only thing you can call it other than the X is the G spot. That's the only one that's actually worked in place of the X for me. Or you can't really call
it, again, and I know I've said this a bunch of times, but I was also employed there for a year. Like, one of my favorite jobs I ever had was in that arena. So
let's go back because Tom mentioned something. You mentioned your dad went and watched you play basketball. What's your highest scoring game ever in basketball? And I'm not asking to dick on you.
I scored 26 freshman year.
Damn.
College or high school?
High school. Yeah. I didn't play past freshman year because both knees ended up giving out on me like right then. Right knee way worse than my left knee, but it was never the same after that. And my ass tried to keep playing.
26 is a good game.
Hi, Tina. Tina, good to see you Saturday. It's been a minute. We ain't seen Tina at a show for a minute, so it's nice to see her.
Heck yeah, good level.
Hey, shout out to Jason and Erica. I'm pretty sure they're Av fans. They haven't said anything to me yet, but
because Erica talked a little bit of shit a couple years ago after the Nuggets came off for their NBA championship and then ended up losing to the Wolves. And she almost asked if we wanted to put a wager on. I'm like, I'm always down to put a wager, friendly wagers here and there, you know. We didn't, thank God, because I think our friendship would not have survived if that would have happened.
Yeah, that's fun. I was talking to Austin Bayless this weekend about the cruise, and today we were all talking in the chat because I was like, fuck, got to start getting that taken care of. I got to take my next cruise payments due next week.
Right.
And then, started looking at hotel. So NASCAR is in Miami the same weekend that we're leaving.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that's why, because again, the prices are ridiculous for the hotel right now. It's fucking nuts.
But those, you know how NASCAR fans are. They're probably going to stay closer to the Speedway or wherever because it's not a downtown like race.
Yeah, but also I don't think it is. But also, like, yeah, are they? But watch them shut down. Whatever Ocean Drive. What is the drive right on there? Is it Ocean Drive?
Well, we're going to be like close to Washington, where we've stayed. But yeah, we're not too far from Ocean Drive. Like it's
like last year at the Penguin, we were on Ocean Drive. Like they might shut that down and do like they bring the cars out. I don't know. You never know.
We can on the beach here.
They might. Although I don't know. It's just crazy expensive though.
Well, I think I might have found something today, so I'll take a look again tomorrow and stuff like that. And I'll hit you up with it because it might be something where it's maybe 2 fulls and a futon that can fold out or whatever. So and it's not too far from where we were the last couple of years. So I'll hit you up on that one because I'm actually planning on trying to fly out Thursday because I'm going to take Friday off no matter what. So I'm going to try and maybe fly out late Thursday, get into town.
Well, and I'm trying to
down there in Miami.
And I'm just trying to find a place too where we could tell the Baylesses to go too, so they can be with us.
Right. Yep. I see. That's the thing. I totally forget about the fact like we have brought our friends. Like our friends are now, other friends are going. You know, like Tim.
They're
so, I mean, I'm not even
pumped.
I'm not even going to talk about JR because it's JR's bullshit job.
Hey, you never know though. If JR gets a new job in the next couple months, it could still happen.
Or wins the lottery.
That work too.
Play the lottery.
Just between you, just between you and me. When you talk about all this, I get a little sad.
I know.
If I'm honest.
So can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Bet on the Wolves and the Wild to win the championships, and then you'll be fucking golden. You'll have all the money.
And you know what's funny? I don't know how much that ship's filled up since they said it was 60% full. So like they may start throwing some fucking deals out.
Well, let's be honest. There's been a lot of people talking about this thing, that thing. Jericho's at AEW. Saraya was announced, but she's now in WWE. So there's a lot of talk. Like she won't be there. How does this work with like some of the TNA names that have been mentioned as far as Jeff Hardy, Nick Nemeth?
If you're WWE, I'd totally be like, yeah, you know what?
Go ahead.
Go on the cruise.
Yeah.
They need to change everything though, and it's not going to say Saraya. It's going to say Paige now.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's how you do it, right? You got to play the game a little bit.
Oh, the game. Tom and I were talking about this before you came on, but since we're kind of talking some of the wrestling stuff right now, a lot of just sad news, honestly, in the world of wrestling.
That's why it's another reason to keep this thing short tonight, because it's a lot of sad news in the wrestling world.
Yeah. But I think one of all of our favorites when AEW was just fucking hot, and Britt Baker was fucking top woman's heel. Yeah. I think all of our favorites was Reba Rebel.
Yep.
So it's very sad to hear her announcement this last week that she has terminal ALS and just dealing with that. So, we just we got a lot of entertainment out of that lady. She was very entertaining.
Super clever.
Former Cowboys cheerleader, so double ups from me. But yeah, so fucking A. So yeah, thoughts, prayers, her family, her friends as they get on that journey. Motherfucker, dude.
It's always good to say some kind words. Of course, Rebel
tried to be all nice and shit and have a sincere moment, and then the fucking Avalanche score in the middle of it. Motherfuckers, how did this happen?
Well, it's because we're watching them and not because we're not paying attention to it. That's the whole thing. It's the curse.
They didn't even show the goal in the replay. You just showed the fucking pass.
Yeah, they're really bad with some of these replays on ESPN, especially.
Oh, how'd they score? Dude, that's just bad defense.
Backhand off the top of the glove there, Gustafson. It's okay. It's early still, guys. We got a lot of oh shit. Fucking payback.
Oh, damn. Let's go. Was that Caprizi? Did he get like a legit goal? Because we
Yes,
don't really want
sir.
to count that open.
The thrill comes. See, this is
Swear
why
to
we're
fucking
coming here
God.
too. Not only bad news in the world of wrestling. I haven't had a comedy show in a while. JR, I don't know about you, but we don't have a lot to talk about on that
Let's
end.
see
A lot of
this.
this,
Oh.
these programs anyways. So,
Dude, that was literally like,
that's 5 seconds later.
holy
man.
shit. They said this at the first game, and it was like tick for tack. And good God, this series is going to be like that, isn't it? Jesus.
Dude,
What's
he's
crazy?
so quick on that fucking snipe, dude. That goal.
Yo, Copper Mountain, dude. I was at that place, Copper Mountain, that advertising on the boards there. I did Ragnar there, and it was awesome. The start and the middle part were at that fucking resort. So I got to spend just 2 nights at that resort in their little ski village. It was awesome.
Hell yeah. So yeah, obviously Rebel, huge, awful, terrifying stuff.
Awesome. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say if you follow her on Twitter, she posted the full videos of her reaction to the news and telling all of her fans. And
she can't barely talk. Like, it's rough.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from what I saw from the videos, it still looked like she's still keeping a pretty positive attitude about this. Because as she mentioned too, when you're looking for answers, sometimes you don't really want to find the answer that's there. And I think that's the most tragic part about it is, when it's ALS anyways, you get diagnosed with that, it's going to be terminal as it is right now. It's just because haven't found anything, but awful stuff there. But AEW keeping it classy though, with Shivani giving a little shout out and all those fans with the sign.
Well, and on top of that, I think it's a pretty safe bet. Tony's been paying a lot of the medical bills.
So it sounds like, I mean, she did.
She had to edit. She had to edit that video clearly when she said his name. Like that was an edited video because she lost. We're
gonna pause this or just stop it right here and come back. Yeah,
I saw the ones that she put out a few weeks ago, like when she like really just lost the voice and stuff. And again, how entertaining she was, and then to see it was like when I met the greatest and worst meet I've ever had in the wrestling world. I got to meet Bobby Heenan, which is, but he couldn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't fucking talk, and it killed me. I'm glad I could say I met him, but that's the fucking dude. Like, I want to hear him. I want to. So, yeah, man. It sucks. It sucks. Shout out to the Mayo Clinic. That's where she eventually ended up, and that's where they were actually able to figure out what was wrong with her.
I think she's probably Mayo Clinic Jacksonville, but
well, no, Tom.
It's still the system.
I am not talking about Rochester Mayo Clinic. I'm not. When you live in this town, you just it's worldwide, bro. Like
I know,
been ingrained in our heads. But it is. The people who live in this town. It is the one thing we take for granted, I think, is the fact that, like, as much as Mayo can make this town a fucking headache for the residents, especially with all the fucking construction, which, by the way, May 30th, if you're coming to Rochester for the show, Center Street ramp, which is everyone's favorite ramp to park in that night, is closed. Yeah. So parking will be a shit show come end of May for Madhouse. But anyways, sometimes we take for granted that it's like, we're pretty lucky to be in a town that if something seriously medical happens to anyone here, we don't have to get on a plane and travel somewhere to see these professionals. They are fucking right out my door.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can't pay them.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but I can't pay the other guys either. So fuck it, like, right? I'm gonna have a bill the weather where I go. Thank God I do have benefits from my job that it helps a bit. But
well, that's everybody.
The other thing too, though, for me, like here is like where I do go, because Mayo Clinic isn't my primary, but where I do go, like, are you fucking like just let them walk away? They don't have all the specialists Mayo does, so like there was a few times where I had to get sent to the clinic. So, and again, they do things sometimes a little weird. They make you worry when they. That's the word. Like, oh, we'll call you if something is wrong, and then they call you while you're sleeping. They don't call you back for 3 fucking hours. So you're sitting there worried, like, shit, they found something. I'm going to die just like my brother died. Oh, fuck, it's happening. Here we go. And then they call you finally 3 hours later to be like, oh, you're good. Oh, asshole, you said you were only going to call if something was wrong. Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, that's not how you do it. That's not-
Fuck, man.
uh,
I was writing letters. I was like, this person gets that.
dear mom,
Oh, I wasn't even crying. I was more like, fuck, I knew it was going to happen like this. So hopefully, I better knock on wood that doesn't.
no, it's it is an awful-
Also, though, while we're on that subject of just like medical conditions and things, big shout out and speedy recovery to Chelsea Green too. She just had some heart procedure done.
Ooh.
I can
Yeah.
actually tell you it was no, I can't. It went away. Something SVT something. So like it was saying that like Mania week at her last attack, her resting heart rate was like 220 something.
Jesus
15
God.
minutes. Yeah.
Whoa, that is
Yeah.
way out of rhythm.
That's like a hummingbird.
Yeah, out of rhythm. That's whew. I mean, obviously here's the fun thing. I was just thinking about when you mentioned that too. Like, we don't know these people directly, and we are still fans of the whole business, but it is different than if like, in my opinion, they obviously are actors and they are entertainers and stuff like that too, but there is a difference between somebody you see on like TV or the movies as it is with wrestling, because you know that they're putting their bodies on the line. And so when something else is going on with their body that's not supposed to do that, we do feel something for these people. Like, it's a whole different attitude towards, bad news being bad news as it is, but like, they are pouring themselves into that business. And it's totally different than just regular acting and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy when you start thinking about like how many times you're just like, man, like that shouldn't hit me. That like, Eddie Guerrero is a prime example, right? When Eddie passed, everybody was like, that was shocking. That literally felt like you lost like an uncle. That felt like you lost part of your childhood when that happened. So, but I'm glad she's staying positive right now. I know it's going to only get worse, but still prayers for Rebel and all of her family and friends having to deal with that tragedy that is ALS. Speaking of other tragedies that will have better results, new releases too. The New Day obviously being the
Yeah, that's shocking.
It sounds like, and Ace and I were talking about this too, that this is requested because they weren't doing anything. And as I mentioned just even last week, what is WWE going to ever do with their tag team division other than rip it apart, put it back together, put two single stars together for no fucking reason to win tag team golds, to just build a storyline and then separate everybody.
It is worth noting, though, that apparently they are actively still trying to work with Woods and sign him, basically to be a part of them for video game content and development.
I mean, sure.
Which my guess is if he does it, he's going to be like, okay, but you're going to pay me what I want. And then on top of that, because I'm sure I guess I don't know, though. You do look at that. You look at those guys' age and how long they've been in the business, they could easily be like, yeah, I'm actually okay being done.
Yeah.
But if they do still want to wrestle, I would assume he'll try to get that in there. We're like, well, I can still go work indies and shit, even if I'm doing your games.
Well,
and I'm not going as a WWE superstar. Like, I'm not going to be advertising WWE when I'm there.
There's coming through with it, because again,
day.
Anybody who's ever watched Being the Elite, especially back in the day when it was very entertaining, and the Bucks and Kenny Omega basically calling out all of the New Day for some video game content. Of course, we did see Woods and Omega eventually play.
Now I don't want to see that. I only wanted that when it was Omega, the Bucks, and the actual New Day. No, not Forbidden. Like if they did it somewhere else, I would fucking pop hard. But it would never be the same now that Big E can't be in it.
Well, that's very true.
It will never be the same. I don't care. That was the problem with New Day. Like, let's just be honest. If that injury never happened and Big E was still there, they probably wouldn't have even gotten let go and possibly asked to cut pay, because those three together were just magic. And they really lost something when Big E wasn't there. And the heel turn just didn't work. It just didn't work.
Well, because it felt disingenuous because the
It
last
did.
time I saw New Day sound like that, talk like that was when they first started and they were supposed to be heel. And then it very quickly went away because there was like, yeah, but we like
on
all
that.
of you guys.
You're right on that, brother. I think that whole locker room had to take some sort of pay cut, and so that's what we were saying before we went live. Fucking power play. It's like that's the worst thing for us is being on a power play.
It's only been the worst thing against Dallas.
No, they've been scoring on. They scored on the power play for game 1 too.
One time, I think. But
we just got lucky to grab a shorthand that we goal, but then we gave it up like fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah,
later.
I know. Fuckers. Never mind. You're right. Fucking power play.
See, you're like 2 seconds ahead of me. Yeah,
which is fine because last week when we tried to do this, you were like 2 seconds in front of me. So
yeah, we just don't have a good penalty kill.
Not in the playoffs. We used to be better, but also I don't know.
We're still down Eki and Boldur.
Yeah, which is a big difference right there. So
yeah, it's a huge difference. So like again, the next game is gonna be a whole lot different, but we'll see. One of those motherfuckers should stepped up like fucking Ant did last night. Like, hey, I give that guy all the fucking credit in the world. That's a knee. That's a knee, man. And if you win, you got to go a little bit further. So,
well, did you hear his post game too? He was pissed off about only 16, and he knew he should have gotten some more defensive stops, even with the bet. And like, I'm like, you know what, dude, that's some fucking character shit right there, man. That's literally like knowing. Hey, I got limitations, but my expectations.
He wants it, and I genuinely believe he wants it for the state too. Though.
Yeah,
like he wants to be the hero for Minnesota. So
correct.
I get that from the whole fucking Wild bench. They're just not doing it right now. It's pissing me off. But no, we were saying this before we came on. It's crazy. Like TKO has UFC. You have PBR, professional bull riding. You have WWE. I'm sure there's some other smaller things under there too. These things are major money making things. These things you charge because UFC's the same, dude. That shit is so expensive to go to an event.
Yeah,
and it's like, what are you doing with all this fucking money that now you're fucking asking? First of all, I also want to know why WWE? You know what I mean? Like, why you bought WWE, you bring it in, but I don't see you doing this to PBR. I don't see you asking Dana White to make cuts from UFC right now. But also, isn't Dana got a bit more with TKO? Like,
well, don't you think that part of it may be, and I'm just saying this, that there may be the perception that the bull riding and the fighting are legitimate sports, and the sports entertainment is more entertainment than the need for athletics.
Yeah, no, and that could be, and the perfect example. That's the perfect example of a big corporate entertainment company buying a professional wrestling company, but
they don't understand.
You may get entertainment, but you don't get it in the world of pro wrestling, and that's a big thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
And here's why I say it that way, right? Because somebody that's high up may view it as this. Well, we can always get somebody else to take that role in our WWE company. We can always find somebody to do that because it's just acting, right? But we can't find a real athlete to beat the shit out of each other.
Well, and
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I also read something recently that was talking about that there's a rumor going around that there's quite a few higher ups within TKO that are not. That guy should have shot right there. He had to open that. Okay. I fucking hate it. I hate it when they're in the zone. I fucking hate it when Colorado's in the zone. and they're just fucking having their way.
On the team though, so
the rumor is that like a lot of the higher ups in TKO don't like the dark, spooky, mysterious, and that was said to be kind of like why we saw like an Aleister Black, why like, because if you also do look at it, there's a good chunk of like the darker characters were released. Yeah. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not, but again, I just. Well, we may have not been happy with WWE before TKO took it over, and we may have not been happy with McMahon and that family, and sure as hell lost a lot of don't really respect that man. Did a lot of shady things before, but then this whole fucking new batch of shit with that lawsuit, and it's just fucking gross. But they ran it like a wrestling entertainment, but they didn't. They still cared, I guess, at the end of the day, right? About it being pro wrestling. Maybe we didn't get everything we wanted, and maybe they skewed it towards certain demos, but they still were a pro wrestling company. We're not, like you said, JR, is this a case of, yeah, take this pay cut or else we'll just go find someone else? And yeah, you could go find someone else who's not signed to a major contract to do it. But that you're fucking with people's lives, and these people work their ass to get there, and they have a fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's insane. Like if they're asking someone like The Miz to take a 50% cut, okay, why? He brings so much to the table, to the fact that this guy doesn't even have to wrestle half the time anymore, and he is still a face for that company. He's Correct. The one that's out there doing the appearances, the interviews, the media, because he knows how to do it. And he just did was it Edelman's podcast he did, where he talked about going from the real world. This is totally a side tangent about just how great The Miz is. But how like he went from the real world, and doing that is where he realized like, oh, I want to actually make this a real thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think I really want to be a wrestler. And he talks about how he was broke. He had like no money. He like made some money, or he did something. What up, Clint? Basically got enough money to move to LA, go to wrestling school, take acting classes and improv classes. And the whole thing was he was working on getting to WWE. He eventually did like the challenges because he was broke, he said. But basically he's like, I had to take every fucking tool I can find and use them because they did not want me. They had no interest in me. And he was right. At that era and that time, like the real world was huge, right? Like it was the biggest TV show. Like it wasn't even like a reality thing. It was just a big TV show. And at that time, though, those reality stars, they weren't getting other jobs. They weren't going into TV acting and movies and music. Like none of them did shit after that except for other MTV shows. So he's like, dude, no one, like they wouldn't touch me. Like he did the indie scene. Like it's pretty fucking fascinating. And then you know what his whole career in WWE was like from start to end, and how he was just, you know, at one time couldn't be in the locker room, to where, again, this is a guy you can stick in any place and he's going to deliver now for you. So, yeah, I don't, it's like these guys said when they posted their stuff, Kofi and Creed, you have to know your worth and respect yourself enough to hold others to that. If they're not, know when to walk away. Mm-hmm. And while WWE is the biggest thing on the world, we are obviously seeing there's some sort of change happening now that they're got different owners. And yeah you got to do what you got to do for yourself. So like that situation is a really, think about the last time you had guys at that level and that history in that company that legitimately it was like publicly like news, when it was like, yeah, they basically asked us to take less pay, so we laughed. Like that would happen, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It just seems so weird. You just did massive cuts. Again, those are two guys that it's like they've given you enough that they should eventually just be backstage guys at some point. They should be producing or agenting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are company guys.
Right. So a couple things to follow up on there too. Like obviously the Miz saying that he needed the money, so that's why he did the challenges. But also those challenges really did show off his athleticism. So because I used to watch it like that was actually one of the most entertaining things that MTV did, other than Jackass. On my
Power
opinion,
play
anyways. But one thing I was thinking about with this too is TKO has, again, all these. They are the highest sport for mixed martial arts with UFC. They are the most well-known sports entertainment brand in WWE, and I believe, I don't know if there's any other pro bull riding organization or cowboy association out there other than the PBR. But those three things right there, the insurance cost alone for the athletes and across, I mean, even if WWE is all independent contractors, which I'm sure they still are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
A lot of the UFC guys, because of the fact that they can't wear certain sponsors and shit like that, they got to wear the UFC trunk specific, right? That's always still been a deal. So I think they have to be independent contractors, but with a certain degree of coverage based off of, you have to pay these guys to train because these are real fights, right? And then the bull riders being what they are, like, you know, Monster's a big sponsor for a lot of this stuff too, like on the PBR and on UFC and stuff. But I don't know, man. Like, I think with the way insurance costs have gone up for everybody, I mean, it's across the board. But that kind of stuff, man, when you're talking about the fact that all three of those entities have huge risk factors for injuries.
You gotta wonder though, like they gotta have an insurance sponsor that they have deals worked out with, though.
I mean, you gotta figure, but like, who do you want to have the face of, you know, TKO dealing with? I don't know, fucking Allstate or State Farm. You know, like you're gonna throw out Chelsea Green all the time. Not a bad choice, but like, she's also probably one of the reasons you have high insurance right now because she broke her fucking wrist 3 times before her last release or something. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a mixture of things, right? It's probably, you know, obviously cost of just anything for everyone's high now. But also I think JR is onto something too, where I think it's a company that took over a pro wrestling business that at the end of the day still wants as much control as they can have over it, which means they're having, a hard time of letting the guys, Triple H and his team who know how to do it. Again, there was so much fucking power play. Come on, there was so many rumors too going into Mania that like, oh hey, they might actually let Triple H go, like TKO actually part ways, and then they didn't, and they signed him for 5 years. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I think I think there's a few things that factor into this, but I think the biggest thing probably is yes, I don't know if TKO takes it as a legitimate thing like they take the other two. And I think for that, I think what JR said is pretty spot on. I think they just see WWE and that talent as replaceable.
I mean,
anyone is in any business, any industry, but it's like you hate to see it. A company buy something because it's like, this is going to make us a lot of money, but then they change everything, and then it's like, well, now, because now too, I guess I just read too that they're like going to start buckling down on reaction content creators, and like they're, you know, again, you saw like, I guess certain people didn't get media passes who usually would, and it was because they were critical of WWE in the last year. And again,
but they have to exist in this platform. Like that's the thing. If you don't have criticism and you are the top organization, right? Like, you know, we deal with this. We you know, Bryce Jordan is a guy that we talk with. You know, there's a lot of guys who have more respect for the WWE and all that, and then don't necessarily want to even worry about AEW or any of the other like TNA. But you know, pro wrestling is still pro wrestling, but there is still that I need to get to that level kind of thing. And if they're really saying like, oh, well, you're replaceable, well, shit, you guys still listen to some of the like people like us. If we have criticism about this, well, hey, I have a criticism based on the fact that I'm out there calling these matches that are fucking incredible, but you don't give a fuck about it anyways. So if I have a critique, it's also because, hey, I just sat fucking right in a gym where all these guys had fucking amazing matches, and you don't give a fuck because they're not in your system.
I'm sorry. How can we not score? How do we never fucking score in the power play? We get the shots, they just never fucking put it in.
I know. I get it. It's tragic. They already had a couple chances on this power play. But no, it's just one of those ones where, and maybe this is the fact that like The Rock doesn't necessarily have maybe as much pull on that board of directors as we thought he might have.
Oh, let's be honest. The guy is so fucking busy acting. Like, when does he have time to be at the fucking TKO office?
Well, and here's the thing: is it acting, or is it him concerned about making sure the UFL lasts another fucking season? You know, like,
I mean, when you really look at the grand scheme of things, the guy has his own tequila company, his own energy drink company, his own men's beauty products, I guess you could say. He has
healthcare product.
Healthcare product. Fuck you guys. He's fucking acting. He's got production companies. He's got the football league. He's got again. So you need to tell me he's able to make every meeting, even if he's not there, like by phone, like he's making every. No, he's not. He's not. The guy also has a fucking wife and kids. Like,
well, I mean, he says he starts his day every day at 4:30 in the morning or whatever, and he's fucking ready to go, and he's in bed by 9, and he's a fucking everything. Every schedule is worked out, but
that's bullshit. He Met Gala this weekend. That fucker went past 9.
Yeah, you don't have a tequila brand. You're in bed by 8.
Yeah, hell no, motherfucker. You lie.
8 o'clock, then motherfucker. Go fuck yourself, Rock. Just kidding.
I don't know. But like WCW dealt with this at some point too, with right. Fucking Turner, where the network thought best, and I think that's what you're seeing with WWE. I think you're seeing like TKO thinks they know best. I don't know.
Well, and so we mentioned it, or I brought it up as far as NXT is now their premium live events are all going to be through the CW, which feels kind of weird, but I get it. Like as far as the CW spending that kind of money because now they're trying to make their sports package, more inflated. They have like Big 12 football or some stupid shit or whatever, but like. They're trying to work on trying to get more in to the sports world in any way they can. But it feels like this is just a money grab where, oh, no. Like the main roster is still through the ESPN app because they're paying us $1 billion fucking dollars.
What what else?
Instead of the CW,
what else is like fucked up about this too is it's just like this all happened because of greed, right? Mm-hmm. This all happened because somebody wanted a fucking payday when he knew he was about to get pushed out of the company. So therefore, if you would have just kept this shit within the family, kept the people who have been there forever. Also, like, I get it. You sold to this big company, you sold the streaming rights, but I'm sorry. Like, you had something with the network. You just did. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You could have maybe raised that price a little bit, and I think it would be way better than what we're dealing with now, where I got to have fucking Netflix to watch Raw. I got to have HBO Max if I want to watch anything AEW. I have to have fucking ESPN Plus to watch the WWE pay-per-views. I can't even watch. I don't have the CW, I don't think, so I don't watch NXT.
I have Hulu, so that's Hulu Live at least. So
yeah, so like I don't know, man. It's clear that WWE, again, everybody's always bitched about it, but it's very clear that it's definitely taken a drastic turn ever since it became TKO.
Well, and I'll bring this up too, and I want to get JR's thoughts too. So last night at the bar, a lot of people were at the bar like, oh, well, I came here to watch the Wolves game. Well, the Wolves were on fucking Peacock.
Yeah.
The bar is old. Like, it's an old bar. Normally it's just cable. So one of the daytime bartender went back to his apartment, which is right next door, and he got his Chromecast, brought it over, fucking hooked it up, got us to Peacock so we could watch the game. I'm like, I go, fuck, the NBA is also on this fucking weird kick where it's, oh, we need to be on every streaming service available. There's games in this playoffs that have been on Prime, on Peacock, and I believe on ESPN Plus. Like, you can't keep fucking doing this to everybody, man.
Oh, it's the same with this one, dude. I have to have HBO Max and ESPN Plus to watch the Wild playoffs. I don't get to watch the Wild during the regular season because I don't pay for FanDuel.
Yeah.
And let's be real honest.
Too.
And let's be real honest. The worst of it all, the worst of them all, the fucking NFL. You got to have Netflix. You've got to have some sort of live TV. You got to have or the ticket. You also got to have Amazon now. You got to have Disney Plus now, apparently, because that's the Super Bowl next year. I mean, I grant it.
Oh yeah, that bullshit.
But
I want to get JR's opinion about this, just because. Not saying that he's old, but I also want to kind of understand, like,
saying you're old, JR.
No, I want to know what, like, JR, because we've talked, obviously we've all had car rides together and shit like that. We've all had long times in vehicles together, spouting about God knows what sometimes. But like, JR, like, how do you feel as a sports fan, as a wrestling fan, as far as with all these different fucking things we got to go through just to watch what we want to fucking watch?
Well, I understand that capitalism is both good and bad, because the problem with a lot of this shit is that when we're talking about some of these things, right? These leagues create these contracts with everybody. And so Amazon pays X amount for whatever. Now they have to do it. And it's like, okay, do you really need that money? And so all of these broadcast contracts that happen, and a great example is the fucking Twins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are. I mean, good God, they almost didn't have anybody last year.
True.
Their broadcast company almost went bankrupt because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
It did go bankrupt this year, just didn't go last year.
Yeah.
But
so the big, like, that's the big difference to me. It's like, I remember back the first pay-per-view, because WrestleMania 1, God damn it, I talked my mom and dad into let me pay for it on our cable network, and it was like, Jesus God, $50, which back then was a lot of money.
It was still a lot of money when I was a kid trying to watch pay-per-views at 50, 60 bucks an hour.
$50 is still a lot of money to me today. But
yeah, 100%.
The thing is,
it's a lot of beer.
That was where you could, boom, that was it, right?
Yep.
And you're like, oh my God. And then as everything progressed, that became the way to make money. Where they'd, we all know this, right? They'd string you out on the storylines, which was awesome, which is why we like storylines, the old guys like us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the pay-per-view payoff came, and it wasn't every fucking month. It was like once a quarter. That's why there was the big four, because those were the only ones that they fucking did.
Yeah.
And so, and they see, we really make a lot of money doing that. And so then it becomes every month. And then you get to the broadcast thing. The thing that probably screwed a lot of stuff up, to be honest, was the collective bargaining that the fucking baseball got, because everybody shares, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got these small market teams who are getting a chunk of everybody else's, but that's why the Twins almost went to the toilet, with what the fuck was that? Whatever the hell they had last year.
What was it? Was it Bally's?
Bally's, yeah.
Bally's, FanDuel, whatever the fuck it ended up being.
Well, yeah, but the
FanDuel now, right?
It's FanDuel now.
Was as of a fucking week ago or whatever.
Well, anyway, point being that's what screws it up, because everybody wants a chunk of these leagues now, and so you'll have Amazon say, hey, NFL. How about you let us do the Thursday night games? We'll give you this much. And the NFL's like, fuck yeah. And so you got shit hopping around all over the place. And like with the NBA was on ESPN, NBA was on Amazon, NBA was on fucking TNT, I mean, it's all fucking over the board. And I'm sorry, I'm like you, Ace. I'm not paying for all that shit. I'd like to watch it, but I'm not paying for it.
Me myself, like I said, Hulu Live has been able, like, not pay me, motherfuckers. It's been nice enough because I get all those channels. I don't have to necessarily go through all the different apps, basically like working like cable. But now I'm like, dude, should we all just fucking like put the cord back together? You know, that whole like, oh, you gotta cut the cord, you know, get rid of cable. I'm like, I fucking still pay for my goddamn internet. Would it just be better for me to just fucking pay a little extra for the TV and just put it all back on the fucking TV? What the fuck are we doing?
Well, the problem is that every day that I'm in store, and I have people coming up to me that are my age or older, their goddamn bills are $300.
Yeah,
you know, a month, and I'm
Right.
like, how in the fuck do you pay that? And why did you not? I mean, like $300 a month? That's a big red flag to me. That $300 a month, Jesus God, that's a lot of money. And think about it, because you can only watch one goddamn television channel at a time. I mean,
well, I have 2 TVs in my living room, so
yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you also have one in the fuck closet.
it's a fuck shower. I don't
I'm
keep
sorry.
electronics in the shower.
I'm
But
sorry.
I have
gonna
figured
say,
out
when
like,
did you
how
get
I
a
need to
fuck
redo this, because I got to put a TV like right there to watch this, and then I'll probably have one right there for whoever stays in the guest bedroom here. You know what I mean? So like, I got to rearrange this now. I got to get another fucking TV. Where are you working tomorrow, JR? I might come through.
Rochester and Burnsville. Come on down.
Never mind. Too far. Tell me when you're in Roseville next. I'll come swing by.
I think I'm in Roseville on Friday.
All right, I might swing by. We'll see. You know what? I should probably just swing by. Say like, let's go grab some lunch. Tell these motherfuckers to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do that because
I'll bring you lunch. How about that? Does that work?
don't do that. Don't do that, because I can't eat in the store.
You son of a.
I'm not allowed.
They don't let you eat in the store.
No,
Not even
because
like
I-
in the break room.
So I'm not an employee of the store.
Right.
I'm not an employee of the company that I represent. I work for a third party. And they're so fucking nitpicky on shit. So no, I'm better off to go on about my business and hate my life, and hopefully see people when I'm in a good mood.
All right. I'm going to say it right now. If anybody watching knows of any fucking job that they can get JR, fucking let us know. Hit us up on all of our social medias. We'll forward the jobs to JR. He wants inside sales, and you know, something he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Whatever. He wants to talk to people, but just not to fucking move
I'll
about.
tell you what. I mean, this happens to many people. When I first took a job with the initial company, and you guys remember this, Ace remembers this. I was a trainer. I was a trainer for Duncan, and dude, it's like your Ragnar job. It was the dream fucking job for me, because I'd hop on an airplane on Monday, fly into wherever the hell we were going. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, do trainings. Thursday, fly home. Friday, do my paperwork, and then drive to whatever fucking comedy show I was going to do on the weekend. It was the absolute best.
Life.
And then they, because I did a good job, the company wanted to, hey, we got something here for you. And the next thing I know, I'm working for Crooks, but that was a totally different story. And then next thing I know, I'm selling from home water filtration supplies for DuPont to people like Coke and breweries like Labatt's and all of these, if the fucking Palm Wonderful, who that's another story. But all doing all of this shit, and it's like, oh, that's pretty sweet. I can do it from home. I'm not limited if I had. But then what happens is DuPont gets a new vice president of commercial and says, why are we farming this out to a third party? Well, I got to do something because they cancel it. And then it's like, oh, well, hey, we've got this position open because the guy that had this position didn't like it. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And
We all know why you didn't like it, right?
the problem is it pays me enough. And you know, it's a thing. It's like I have a house payment now. And I can't go back to what I was doing that I loved because I got to pay for this shit now.
We all got paid.
And well, I know we all do, but the whole thing is just like, man, you can, and at my age, it's not like, yeah. So there's, I mean, yes, please, if anybody's watching and they have a job, yes, but know that there's shit I'm not going to do because I got to make my nut.
Which also means he will suck off anybody to make them nut if the price is right, right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I caught only
Tom, that may be your practice. But
I was wandering. I was watching the Frost play. It's still 0-0 in the fucking Frost and Montreal game. Crazy.
Anyway, sorry that was a long. I don't like to get all.
Get JR a job, everybody. Let the man fucking live.
I don't like to get pissy.
No,
but
saying,
no,
man.
and I get, you know, and I'm on, you know, places like ZipRecruiter, all this shit, and it's like, oh yeah, we're interested in you. Oh, it's commission only. Well, go fuck yourself.
You would do fine.
Here's it. No, I don't want it, but I don't want that to see. You see, Tom,
it's an added
Here's the
pressure
thing.
and stress when you have to do.
If you've not done sales, there is, yes, absolutely pressure, and it's just there's the uncertainty. It's not that I don't think I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that this fucking company is so ballless that they won't give you a guarantee. Because they're pussies. And why would you work for a company that doesn't have enough faith in themselves to pay their employees a living, at least something?
And back to the original point of fuck WWE and TKO right now. Asking people to take pay cuts.
For the people that are still with us watching, you got to realize this is why this show works. And there should be more people paying attention to it because we go full circle. We make it. We talk the wrestling. We take the real life and we feed them all together, and then people are like, "Wow, them motherfuckers know what they're talking about."
We just don't promote or market to.
Yeah, we don't know. Well, see, that's the thing. That's, I mean, you know, I say, "Oh yeah, we should get a marketing job." Fuck no.
Can't do it for my own podcast. You gonna pay me to do it?
I can make pictures.
We're a bunch of slubs that only like just to do this because we like fucking talking into microphones.
Well, and for me and JR, we come, you know, coming from radio, you just did your fucking shift. We weren't the ones. Like there was someone else promoting everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the most part, that was the change. One of the major changes in radio, at least for us here in Rochester, was it did start, especially when Town Square took over. It very much turned into, we don't care about what you're doing on your 4-hour shift on air. How many blogs did you post to the website? Like what? Like I'm not a blogger. I'm on-air personality for a radio station. I didn't go to school to write a fucking 3-paragraph article to put on a website. I went to school to learn how to entertain and talk on a microphone. And
hey man, go find that news article and just reshare it then. Well,
you know what I
don't
mean?
have time for that either, you motherfuckers.
And that's it. And it was like it was clear the transition. That was like, oh well, nobody cares. They are more worried about people getting clicks on the website because that's driving more money now than we were doing on air.
100%, man.
Radio is only around because they need it for emergency situations.
Yeah, and that's even then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'll be listening to my fucking Bluetooth Pandora. Like,
well, no, it's not even, but it's not even that. It's like if shit goes down and you need like fucking updates on like the fucking shit, that's where it's gonna be. But like, that's their only reason to being around anymore. No one listens to the radio for entertainment. No one.
Not really. It's really hard to find something you really enjoy. Sports talk radio is a fucking wasteland of overhyped talk too much bullshit. Fucking anybody who's doing a morning radio show probably hates themselves enough to realize that they're like literally the next drink is what causes cirrhosis of the liver. And everybody who's doing their drive time home is somebody who's probably on cocaine, if not heroin as well. So it's a fucking terrible medium. And again, Ace, you're right. Yeah, the only reason it exists is if the world shuts down, we can still fucking broadcast news via radio. So
Even then,
what a treat.
ladies and gentlemen, it's 8 o'clock.
On a high note, right, boys?
It's 8 o'clock. Let's get the hell out of here.
We're almost to the first intermission for the Wild. So
I'm
Jay McDaniels.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, J Mac's a fucking real one, bro. For
I
real.
think I'm gonna be up at Waverly, Minnesota this Saturday. I think it's True North Wrestling. I don't know. Either way, as of right now, Wes and Jerry Briscoe are going to be up there, so I'll be making that trip up to see the boys. Next week, come see Tom and I in Algona, Iowa, one of our favorites with APW.
Right, nice weekend.
And then the weekend after that, we're going to be golfing in Missouri. Woo!
Yes, sir.
Fuck everything else once that week gets here.
Wright County shit. You know it. Yeah, I'm actually starting that week off before going there. I'm taking the 18th off to go play a golf scramble for my college.
Is that Monday or something?
Monday the 18th.
Oh, so you're only working Tuesday and Wednesday?
I'm only working Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah,
Dude, that Tuesday and Wednesday is gonna be the worst day ever for you. Like that Tuesday before, or that Wednesday before we leave. Sorry, because we leave Thursday. Yeah, that Wednesday is always like the minute I sit down at my desk, I'm just like, come on.
What time is it now?
Let's fucking. And that's my long day too. I work the full on 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Wednesdays. So like doing the visit, I'm even just sitting there looking at like fucking pictures of the golf courses that we're about to play. I'm such a fucking
I
nerd.
suppose I should start doing that. See.
Oh yeah, bro. If you haven't yet, you should.
Yeah, how
Go
my
to
game needs to change maybe for the weekend.
Kinderhook has a flyover of every hole on their website.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Osage does too. If not, you can find them on YouTube. Again, Margaritaville has a new one for me, so we're gonna discover that one together.
Sweet. Love it. All right. Eric Rowe is from Buffalo. Hit him up. Oh, who knows? Who knows who's going to show up in Waverly on Saturday other than Jerry, Wes, and Big Ace? That's a fucking pair. That's a group right there, man.
Yeah, well, you guys will be added to that group come July.
Fucking back to the Hall of Fame, everybody. Love it.
I believe it will be Impact Pro Wrestling's 25th anniversary show, so we're going to see a lot of our friends there. I'm sure we'll see. I don't know, Bryce. You going to be at Hall of Fame? I don't even know if Bryce is still here.
I'm sure he'll be around if he's not.
Well, I don't know because
APW show out.
APW's running that same weekend, right?
Those I'm surprised those two are still around in WWE. But hey. Knock on wood, I guess, right?
Well, they were just here down in Winona a few days ago, and then they did the Mall of America thing.
Yeah, Maxine Dupree was at Target Center for that Game 6 for the Wolves too. Looking fine as shit in that fucking 26 jersey.
Pretty sure LA Knight threw a pitch out at the Twins Stadium.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. SummerSlam season's right around the corner for real.
Hey, big shout out to our friend Austin Bayless, by the way. I did forget to say this. We had Cajun and Rage in Delta, Iowa. We had a nice little crowd out there. It was a good time. First time in CEW history, let that marinate you two, that Austin Bayless has become the CEW heavyweight champion.
Good for him. And he beat that ass Rory Fox, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking nepotism at its finest there, Austin. Good job for way to put yourself over, bruh. Hell yeah, bruh.
20 years later, you put him over. But yeah, no.
Fucking time that you put that strap on yourself, my friend.
And for him, in that Delta building there in Delta, that's a special moment for him. Like a lot of the wrestling really started for him there. So it was good. It was a good time. You guys boys, we're gonna have time of our lives in October at Bridge City.
I'm sure. Well, hey, it's still a ways away, but we're looking forward to a lot of things coming up.
Ooh,
so.
but you know what? When we're JR, earmuffs. When we go to Bridge City, though, we're gonna be like, "Yo, fucking next month, we're all gonna be on a boat." Okay, JR.
You heard every word of it. I love you, JR.
God, fucking someone in the Twin Cities find this man a better job.
I'm an
Jesus
actor.
Christ. Jesus Christ.
One of these days.
Just rob a fucking bank, bro.
Yeah.
They ain't getting onto you. You're white.
I mean, they can still do something to him, like, shoot him. That's still a possibility.
Bring a Mexican with you. They'll shoot him first.
Good point.
Hey now.
Hey,
Throw him to the Wolves.
I'm just being real about the Minnesota climate.
It's still a scary.
It very much still is a scary thing, but things have somewhat cooled down a little bit. So, yeah,
Oh,
but yeah,
PWHL is going to expand again. Fucking Jesus, why?
What happened?
Oh, the PWHL is going to expand again. They're going to make it up tomorrow.
But that's good.
Not when they fucking do it the way they've been doing it, where the fucking over half the fucking teams are available. You totally zap the frost of all their fucking key players. Not all,
that sucks. Figure
out
out a better way.
3 players or 4 players or something.
Figure out a better way for that. But it's cool to see growth in that league because you really want to hope that this pro women's hockey league can keep going and
do something. I can guarantee you this right now: the PWHL is going to be bigger than WNBA ever has been, dude.
You think?
Oh fuck it! I mean, they're in Montreal and in Ottawa. Yeah. So you're in 2 weaker sports markets in Canada. You're not even in Toronto yet. You're not. I think they just got into Vancouver too. So there's a lot of growth potential in Canada alone. Plus, also once you go to warmer stateside climates, because when they were doing their tours this year, Denver hit off like fucking crazy. Houston hit like fucking crazy. So yeah, I mean, there's potential for sure with that league. And I think, especially considering hockey is still hockey. Yeah. Basketball still basketball, sure, but it's goals are still very exciting no matter what it is. But when you can't see slam dunks,
the Dallas is it the Dallas WNBA team just announced they're leaving Arlington and they're going to start playing Dallas, which is like a 15,000 seat difference in arena.
It is, but also the Wings are not a good team yet. I mean, they've had back-to-back number 1 picks basically, so they could be better. But
yeah, what's crazy? What's crazy about the WNBA, and then we'll get the fuck out of here because the second period started. No matter what building they play in, it's crazy the reach Caitlin Clark has because every game she's at sells out still, and it's insane.
Well, it's great. It is great for especially the Lynx because this is still the closest team for her to come and play from where she played in college. I mean, I guess maybe Chicago, but the Chicago Sky are so fucking god awful.
Yeah, but she's actually from Des Moines, so
yeah. So it's 4 hours up this way. It's
3 up this way.
3.5.
Oh yeah, 4 for you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Good on her.
Yeah. But again, I think across the board, the PWHL will be a bigger league than the WNBA has been. Or
Not mad at it. Not mad at it.
Women's sports, baby. Fucking let's go.
And speaking of let's go, thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Go Wild.